What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Tuesday. Got a nice 15-game slate here tonight. I got it broken down a few with my money six of my favorite plays on the slate. So before we get going, if you could drop a like on the video, that'd be appreciated. Let's try to get over 70 likes again on this one. Thank you if we can hit that. Let's hop right into it. So we got a lot of elite pitchers on this slate, but I'm just going to take the best value. I think Castillo is the best value by far at 10,000 here, going against a bad Miami lineup. Dropped 34 DraftKings points against them last time out to park upgrade here. Going to Miami, this guy has huge game upside. We saw 39 against LA, 36 against Milwaukee. When this stuff is on, he can be electric. Does have a little bit more downside than the rest of the pitchers, but against Miami, the downside isn't that bad. He has a 28.5% K rate in the year. They only implied 3.2 runs, so pretty straightforward. I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy. Then we're going to get a little bit more risky. Tanaka been all over the place this year, but I think he has the best upside of these second-tier guys because another guy here, when his stuff is on, he can be really good himself. So his last few outings have been a little bit better. He's been able to go a little bit deeper in the game. 6 innings, 6.1 and 8 innings. That was one of his biggest downfalls before that, was he wasn't even able to get out of the 5th inning for a little bit of a stretch there. And he's really was struggling. But now he's starting to get back into his groove. Last outing wasn't great. Against Oakland, definitely only 7.5 DK points. But I think this is a softer matchup against Seattle. Not as worried about them. It's a park upgrade going to Seattle. They strike out a little bit more, so maybe he can get a few more Ks in this matchup. And I think he's set up to get the win as well. He should get a lot of run support in this matchup. So it's 7,500. It's a nice value considering when Tanaka is on, he can give us really good upside. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second guy. And allows us to pay up for some hitters, especially like a guy in Rafael Devers, who's been an absolute beast this year. 5,800. Priced up for a good reason. He's going to Coors Field, and he's going against a pitcher that is having his first career start. Rico Garcia. This guy was not good at all in the AAA. 12 games there, and he allowed 2.1 home runs for 9 and had a 6.2 xFIP. So struggling in the AAA. Now they're going to throw him in the fire against one of the best lineups in all of baseball in Coors Field. Not sure how he gets out of this one unscathed. I think Devers is going to be one of those guys that really gets after him. He has a 277 ISO and a 413 WOBA versus righties. And then you put him in a park like Coors Field. Devers has been hitting for hard contact continuously this whole entire year, just hitting some lasers. So I think he's in for a great spot here in Coors Field. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first hitter. And then I'm going to go with Aaron Judge. He's been able to start heating up recently. Really had that cold streak in the past month or so before the last week. But his last 10 games, 10.8 fantasy points per game, 310 average, 4 home runs. And that's where we like to see Aaron Judge. He can be a very streaky hitter, and he's going against a really bad pitcher so far this year in Kikuchi. He's kind of a perfect matchup for Judge, considering that Judge has been much better against lefties this year. 311 ISO, 464 WOBA against them. And Kikuchi's allowing 1.98 home runs per 9. 2 righties, and only a 16% K rate. That's the biggest issue with Judge this year, striking out way too much. But this pitcher is just not striking out righties that much at all. So Aaron Judge can get a little bit more contact, not swing and miss as much, and give us some more upside. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second hitter. I'm going to go with Ozzie Albies. Not crazy power ability in this matchup, as he hasn't had great power against righties, but it's a very soft matchup. I mean, Zach Godley, he's been terrible this year. He's now pitching for the Blue Jays. He's going to be the primary long relief in this game. I think he can get hit around very easily here in this spot. So Albies just in this Braves lineup towards the top of the order. I feel like he just has good upside, part of that kind of run-producing mentality here in the spot. I think the Braves could honestly drop close to 8 to 10 runs in this matchup. And Albies, they get to that bullpen. He can easily get a stolen base and get a good amount of RBIs here entrenched in the run-producing part of that lineup. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my third hitter. For my final guy, we're going to go with Nixon here at 3,800. I love targeting him against lefties. He hits very well against them. A 52% hard contact, 225 ISO against lefties. Has some stolen base ability as well. He got a stolen base against Miami yesterday. I think he can do that same kind of thing. Caleb Smith, he is a good pitcher, but he kind of relies on the strikeout. Senzel hasn't been striking out too much against lefties, And Caleb Smith can give up the long ball if he does give up contact. He gives up 45% hard contact, good amount of home runs. So Senzel does have the ability. He should be towards the top of the lineup against the lefties. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my final guy. So you got Castillo, Tanaka, Albies, Devers, Aaron Judge, and Nick Senzel. I hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like in the video before you head out if you did. Would really appreciate that. Good luck here tonight, and we'll see you back here again next time.